Hi everyone. So this is what we're gonna be doing today is the project you just saw. It is a quick tutorial. It is a very stylistic in animation. Um, we're gonna start with the head. Obviously, it is a doggy. Um, I have made it just a little bit faster, so we go just a little bit faster. And I am gonna tell you how I made it. I recorded the voice, obviously, it's my voice, and repeated it twice and slowed it down at the end, so it looks like it matches the voice at the end a little bit better, but it is the same animation as in the beginning. So um, those are ways you can recycle animation. Um, I am not sure if I just missed it or something. If I did the timing chart, wanted to explain the timing chart. Let's see if I just didn't do that. Oh no, I'm actually doing the extremes right now. So these are the two extremes. So yeah, it's the two extremes are happening right now. So these are the two extremes. It definitely looks a little skinnier on the second one, but that's okay. He's like falling sort of. Um so the two extremes, one and the one like he looks like it's falling is number 13. And now we're doing the timing chart. Now for the timing chart, you always want to do something like a slow in and slow down out. I don't like to do slow ins as much as I like to do regular ins and then slow outs, and that's just my preference. I feel like motions just sort of like come in regular motion, and they slow out, and then they slow out. Obviously, if you wanted to slow it in, that's just your preference. For the mouth, we will be doing coming in smaller just because it's closed in the beginning. So now we're gonna do a transition. So in betweening would be sort of smaller, and arms would be in between, would be in the middle. So that's what I'm doing right now, and the ears also in the middle. So we're doing number 3. I have numbered it. Now it's number 5, so that's in between 3 and 13. So we will do that. Now, always is everything you see in the middle. That is how you do animation. You always want to do everything in the middle. Size is very important in the middle. By the time you get to the end, you will see how everything starts to just, the lines start to touch each other. Um, it's going a little faster, obviously. I think that I only made it twice as fast. Like it's at 100, so now it's at 200% faster. So just twice as fast. But yeah, and we will also be coloring it as well. Um, and you can see how the arms are touching each other now on the left side. So they're getting closer. The ears as well. Now this is number 9, and then we will go to number 11, which is our last in between. This is usually how you animate. This is again a very short animation, so it will be animated short, but again we're gonna recycle it. So what I'm gonna do at the end is I'm gonna repeat it 3 times for the oh, ooh, ooh, and then slow it down for ooh. It's really cool to play with voices. If you haven't tried it, when you go to animation school, you do voice acting. Something you do because you should be able to be prepared to do voice acting for your own characters. So never feel embarrassed to do voices for your own characters. Ooh, ooh. It's really fun. Um, yeah, so now we're coloring here. I was gonna do a black nose, but I decided to do pink nose just because it would get very confusing with the black mouth that we already have going on. Definitely a better yellow than the first one I chose. We also have to watch out for the gaps that we have going on in the body. I also noticed at the end that he goes a little skinnier, but that's okay because he's sort of falling. So again, squash and stretch. He could be stretching. No shame on that. No shame on that. Cartoons, just especially when they swirl. This little guy is swirling a little bit too much. Um, it's all right. I hope yours is turning out better. Um, yeah, it could also look better and smoother if I add more in betweens. Right now it's at 12 frames per second, which means it's holding in twos. You could also, in the software, you could just hold each one of these frames and then say hold for 2. So it would be the same thing. But right here, you just, if you say um, playing 12 frames per second, then it's kind of like the same thing as telling each frame to hold for 2s. I also thought it would be a good idea to add this motion lines, just sort of like an old school cartoon. I love these motion lines. When you're doing things like yeah, you add these motion lines a lot when you're animating. It adds a lot of motion, and this is how you do it. So if you were wondering how to do that, you could do you don't have to do it in every frame. If you do it on the first and last one, it is as useful and as effective. So me doing it in every frame, it's really not not practical. Not, you could do it just in you know just in a couple or 3 or a few. So yeah, but yeah, this action or motion lines definitely make the arms look a little bit more motionfulness. Motionfulness. Yeah, and yeah. Remember, charts are very helpful. Also, subscribe. I see I'm running out of time. Subscribe, 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 and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.